One of the first things that people will do whenever they get these radios is they will assume that because they can't hear anything that they just have a bad antenna or something. What people need to remember is that these radios are strictly ran on line of sight, but generally they're going to work completely on line of sight. For antennas, there are many different options. You can get larger whip antennas. You can have folding tactical antennas. The antennas they come with are these stock rubber ducky type ones. You may find that one of them will work better than the others, but it's not always a bigger is better type thing. The main thing is that the frequencies that you're trying to operate on, you need to have an antenna that is definitely going to work with that. So make sure that the antenna that you do choose is the correct frequency. On the baofengs, the radios are incredibly sensitive on the front end. The radios are ran on basically one chip, and you can overload them fairly easily. So an extra large antenna, for instance, may not work better with your radio. What you may find is that a bigger antenna actually causes more problems than what it's worth.
Shit. And, but, I like 15 because I can hear when somebody gets on the repeater, and if it's Mike or something, I might want to say hi.
So for people that are discouraged whenever they get one of these radios, if they're not getting as much transmissions coming back to them, they're not being heard clearly, there's a couple of things that you can do. The biggest thing is to make sure that you test your antennas. You need to go out, you need to actually run these things and figure out what works. Setting up with maybe you and a friend, see how far you can go with a good testing area. That will definitely be a big help because, like I said, bigger isn't necessarily better. Another thing that you can do is you might need to go higher, and you need to go where there's less obstructions in your way. This will definitely improve the effectiveness of these radios. Remember, these are strictly line of sight. Make sure your expectations are within what it's actually supposed to be used for, and you won't be disappointed.